Hello Facebook Ads people, I'm Konstantinos and today we're going to discuss about iOS 15 changes. Hit the like button if you like the content and subscribe. The news are not good. So, the beef continues between Apple and Facebook. A lot of things has happened this year so far, but I must say that I'm not so negative about the Facebook platform. I can see that I still have my clients, they still have results, so things are still working, okay? We have less reporting and stuff, but despite all the difficulties, we had a very good Black Friday. We have managed to, get over it. The changes started in the start of the year with the change of the attribution model, and then we go to the June that we had the change with the iOS 14.5 changes. The first video that I actually made, it was all about that and the domains and all of that, the loss of data. So many things has happened. Imagine that because of that I had a list of maybe 50 topics that I wanted to cover and I covered only, let's say, 15 of these, okay? Because the news were coming all the time and there were a lot of things coming that they were new and that I had to do videos about. So super exciting for me because I like Facebook ads, but I think that a lot of people actually struggled because of that. Now, let's discuss a little bit about iOS 15 because this is a new thing and new changes are actually coming because of this crazy need of Apple about the personal data, and I can say that the people are actually approving it. The data is clear. In United States, out of all the people that are using iOS devices, only 5% opted in for the advertisement. So 95% actually declared that they want for Apple to protect their personal data, and Apple is doing it. It's their customers. They're doing well. The thing here is what Facebook is going to do about it. Is Meta actually an answer? We will see. But let's discuss a little bit more about the iOS 15 and what are the new things that are actually coming. So, the major change was this, that for you that you don't actually know, we were having a pixel which was installed in a site. Somebody was clicking something on Facebook, an advertisement or something, going to the site was having the pixel. If this person was going to buy, then it was being reported back to Facebook. For the iOS users, this has stopped because Apple announced that it's not going to share this information with Facebook anymore. Not only Facebook, but every other platform that is having a tracking information, and it's actually harassing all of its customers with advertisements and whatever. And as I said, the people said by 95% in the United States, which is the major consumer for Apple devices, that yes, thank you Apple, let's move on, do something better than that. And they're going to do it. So the second thing is the apps that we're using within our mobile phones. We know that Facebook is called Meta and it has a long variety of different companies. We have WhatsApp, we have Instagram, we have Facebook, we have other things, even Oculus for VR, which is for the metaverse, and so on. So Facebook is actually having a way of collecting data from other apps also. And other companies, they have the way to collect data from other apps. For example, I'm quoting that TikTok is not using interests based on the behavior of their customers within the platform, but it's using interests that they're coming from providers like Visa or MasterCard, that they're seeing what people are buying with their cards and they're reporting back so that they can know what are their behaviors. That means that Apple is now trying to also solve this, and it's trying to protect its customers from actually not being harassed by third-party companies that are selling this data to Facebook or these social media platforms. So we have a new development about this. iOS 15 announced that it's going to have the app privacy report. You're going to be able to see all of your apps, what are they reporting and where. And if you want, you can block it. You can tell, no, I don't want my information to be shared here and there, And you know what is going to happen? Of course, most of the people are going to press no. We don't want to give our personal information. And at some point I get it, okay? It's your personal data. and a lot of companies are using your personal data so that they can make money. It makes sense. On the other hand, we have to think that when Facebook launched and Instagram and all these platforms are for free, you're not paying any subscription. So what does this mean? That you are actually the product. We knew that when we started doing it, but with Cambridge Analytica and all the things that have happened in the past years, people want to protect more. The thing here is that with all of these apps not giving information, it means that, for example, if you have the Facebook app, it's not going to produce results for you if you're using an iOS device, which is completely different. And all of that is something which is actually making all the iOS users being ghosts, okay, that you are not going to be able to target in any way. And I'm going to explain now how this is going to work and the other plans that they are having for iOS, and how it's going to make you a ghost for all of these companies that they would like to advertise with you, apart from the app privacy settings that you will be able to set in your iPhone. And as I said, Facebook is keep tracking you all the way through the app that you're using for running, for your fertility app, for any other app like WhatsApp and whatever. But how is it doing it? It has a massive network, but how? From your IP. Your IP is the one that is actually giving the information that this person is there and there and there, because you might have different user profiles in the different sections. And there are also other ways that they can identify it, but let's say that Facebook is not super sophisticated about that, but it's using the IP. iOS 15 has a workaround. So it's called Private Relay, and here is how it works. Apple encrypts all the interest requests leaving our devices, so even our ISP can see where we are going on the web. The Apple replaces our real IP address with a random one and passes that encrypted request into a third-party relay. That third-party relay, which has no connection to Apple, only gets the random IP address, so it doesn't know who we are. It decrypts the request and sends it to the internet, therefore the site we land on doesn't know who we are and just sees our random IP address, and it can't identify us to report back to Facebook. In other words, our ISP and Apple know who we are, but not where we are going on the web. And the web, including Facebook, knows where we are going and where we are, but due to the random IP, not who we actually are. So nobody knows nothing, okay? And there's no identification. They are not able to actually link a person to a specific IP. That means less optimization. We have already discussed about Hyros and why I don't think that the program can actually help, because it cannot identify the users. As we know, Facebook is working with identification of the person and finding a similar person to this. So if we're losing this identification and we're just reporting sales, that sales are coming, but we don't know who the person is, we don't have the continuation of our optimization in the ad set level. This is the most crucial thing. As I say, I don't care about the results that the client is seeing, because I know that if he's seeing good results for 1 or 2 or 3 days, if these results are not coming back to Facebook for me to optimize the campaigns and the ad sets, then it means nothing to me. It's only good for the client. And what are we going to do? Are we going to launch campaigns all the time and they're not going to optimize and again? So we will have to see what the reply of Facebook to this is going to be. But the problem of identification of the specific person and actually identifying this person within the platform so that our ad sets can find similar person and optimize based on the conversion event that we have, it's not something that has been resolved this year with all the changes that we had. It's actually something that still exists, and Facebook hasn't found a way around it. So with this, I think it's going to become even worse. But, you know, Facebook is a $3 trillion company. Even I cannot say, it's too much money for me to say. So these companies, they have solutions, but we will have to see what they're going to do. Is Metaverse going to be a solution to that? We will have to see. I'm just here to present the facts and make you think a little bit more. And of course, you should not panic, but it's something that you need to know, okay? You need to know the truth in order to start thinking of ways of adapting your business to the new reality. So this is the video about the iOS 15 changes. I think it's something that is going to impact the platform a lot because it's actually a problem that it hasn't been solved during this year with all the changes. I don't know if Metaverse is going to be the answer to that. I don't know what is going to happen, but I really know that even this year, with all the problems that we had, it was a good year. Okay, it wasn't like 2020, of course, but it was a good year, and my clients were happy, were having good results. So I must say that Facebook is not dead. Okay, and I have to say that for 2022, I don't believe that Facebook is going to die, but I'm having a lot of hopes about the metaverse, to be honest with you, because I think that it's only a matter of time for the Android devices to follow up. By doing ads only to the Android devices, I have seen that it's not as effective. So there's no workaround just focus on Android. No, it's not a solution. And I know that all the companies, they have to find ways to be more competitive, gather data with other ways maybe. All of these things, there are things that we are going to see. Subscribe to the channel. We're going to be together for the 2022 solving all these issues and the problems as they come. But keep in mind that 2021 wasn't a bad year. It was all about the companies adapting to the new changes, making changes to their businesses so that they can be more competitive. And I'm having a new video coming about the analytics of 2021 and 20 and how we compare the different metrics so that we can see that it wasn't actually the disaster that some people are whining about. I feel like the people that are more whining about the results are the people that they are starting now, which is unfair, sadly. But there are also the people that they wouldn't stand any chance anyway, and they should have advertised in 2015, I guess, with lower CPMs in order to get some results. If you want to get better results, don't just blame Facebook. Try to be better with your business and try to adapt and try to be more competitive. So, if you want to learn more about Facebook ads, be sure to check my courses or my book. I hope that you're going to buy and read my book. It's going to give you so much information about it. Another thing that I want to say is that from the new year, I'm going to have more regular content on my Instagram page. So be sure to follow me there because there are going to be small videos that are not going to be visible on my Facebook channel. And until we meet again, don't forget that you have to be creative and consistent in the universe, but also in the metaverse.